stupid noise. Hello, everyone. That's not how I anticipated starting the stream. I thought it was going to be professional, but here we are. Hi, welcome to Girls Run These Worlds, the penultimate episode of Therosian Odyssey Season 2, Tides of Volition, before our mid-season break. So not the penultimate episode of the season, the penultimate episode of the mid-season. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? We all feeling good? Very excited to be starting here. You might all have noticed that our beloved Kaliuka is not with us today. We love you very much, Kumi. And we will keep tabs on that, but for now we shall assume that Kumi is not going to be joining us this session. So with that in mind, our introductions will be a little shorter today. That's fine. Without further ado, let's just go around and see everyone's stuff. So let's start with Jen. I'm going to bring some order back. We're going to go back to an order that they appear on the screen. So let's start with Jen.
Hello, lovely friends. I am Jen. It is 7 a.m. I'm very sleepy. Hello.
It doesn't change on a weekly basis. It's always 7 a.m.
Shut your fuck. Hi, I am Jen. Pronouns she, they. I can be found on Twitter at JenBurb. I am the Director of Information Technologies here over at Girls Run These Worlds, which means I do the website and I make sure that all of the technologies internet correctly. You know.
Well, we'll see. Also, we'll judge you on that as the stream goes by.
Oh, thanks.
How will you? Jen is also producing for us, by the way. So shout out to Jen for being a player producer.
Okay, look, don't even get me started on Cat's shirt. Don't even get me started.
I'm a storyteller today, everyone. So I've got a storytelling shirt on. Do you know what? I opened up my wardrobe and I found this and I was like, I haven't worn that for bloody ages, and this feels like the perfect time to wear this top again.
It's a good look.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, that's me. I'm Jen.
Who are you playing?
I'm playing your friendly local wizard, half-elven wizard, Estrella, suffering from a little bit of homesickness, even if home is less of a place and more of a person. And that's me.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to Joan.
I'm Joan. I play Onyx, and I don't know. I'm excited to smash things.
This doesn't change, Joan. Joan's phenomenal. You should all be following Joan if you're not already.
She's two wonderful people right now.
I realized that I currently have two butts and also a penis. For the record, I'm pregnant with a little boy, so that's why.
For those of you that might be confused, yeah, Joan is pregnant, so that's the context behind that. We didn't all just get told too much information. Okay, moving on. I was literally about to say Kubi, and then no. Moving on, Lindsay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lindsay. I might be a little bleh today. I got a piercing done yesterday, and it's getting stuck on my little snaggle tooth I have down there. So I'm a little blah blah blah. But I play Eva, your not Ranger Kenku, and I'm very excited to shoot some things today. So let's get rolling.
I cannot wait for you to shoot the shit, as it were. That was a terrible joke. Okay, and we will finish with Lulu, and then we've got a surprise for everyone. Some of you may have already seen it on Twitter, so it's not that much of a surprise maybe, but we do have a surprise for everyone to see. But Lulu, go ahead.
Oh, hi, I'm Lulu. I will be playing Callista, the part Triton cleric, who actually does have a little bit of rogue in her, although she's not a very good rogue. But she tries really hard. And you can find me on Twitter generally at LuluNWA. And I'm really excited for combat to see how this goes. It's been a while. So hopefully we all are standing at the end of it.
Combat? This is a completely
say that
safe
too loud.
seafaring adventure.
Don't say
There
that too
is
loud. The last
nothing
time
to
we
worry.
had combat, I almost died.
That's because
And I
you were
have
trying
the
to
whole
tank her.
To be fair, I wasn't trying to tank her. I was trying to taunt her, and unfortunately,
And
ended up
I
involving.
Did a
tanking
very
her.
good job.
I also need to call out Jen a little bit because Jen is playing a character that constantly talks about how they cannot handle the slightest paper cut or the smallest
It was a
bruise.
cardboard
But
cut.
Jen, you're constant. When I was going through, I was like, you have like quite high constitution and hit points. You are not doing too badly.
I'm not. I'm really not. However, a lot of the banter between Estrella and Cassian was based back on the time when she had 3 hit points. So
Fair enough. Okay.
She's toughened up, okay?
And then we will let's have a little look. So our beloved Lulu is amazing with a paintbrush, as it turns out, and has made these gorgeous little dioramas in kind of honor of some of our season 1 antics, and I believe that Jen has them ready to have a quick look at some of them so that everyone can see Lulu's amazing work, because every time I look at these I just get really
They're so
excited.
amazing. So let's go through them. And Lulu, I will have you, if you're willing to, just give us a quick little overview of what the scene is and anything else that you might want to add. Sound good?
Sure.
Let's do it. Up first, we have the very gorgeous titular. Titular.
Oh, it's going to be one of those sessions.
Oh, yes. Lulu, take it away.
Okay, this one is, when I make these scenes, I always like to have one of all of the characters, and I wasn't really happy with the photo, but I played around with it a lot in my editing software and finally got one that I liked. So it's just of all of the characters, and poor Estrella has to be hidden in the back because I broke the mini 3 times.
Again, I just think it's very fitting and funny.
So she's kind of held up with super glue and a little bit of poster tack to get her standing on there, but
yeah, but what about the mini?
Yeah, I broke her off twice off of her leg, and then I dropped her once and broke her arm off. So yeah, it was just not, I was not having a good go of it.
Cassian would be so proud. Let's take a look at the next one, which is, I believe, from session 1.
Yep, this one, I wanted to have a scene of their first meeting. And I actually went back and listened, and in the first episode, I'm pretty sure Kat said that the lion was male, because I had a male and a female lions. So I used that one.
So I kept referring to it as a lion, and then when I was asked specifically, is it a male or a female lion? I was like, oh, I'll roll for it, because I started off saying, oh, I think it's male, and then I rolled for it, and it was female. So then that got retconned. Sorry, everyone. I am God, so I have the power to do that.
Well, the male lion mini looked better because there's more with the mane and everything, so I went with that one. But that was just such a fun moment when we all met each other in our first combat, so I wanted to do a scene for that.
It's a trans lion, okay?
Exactly. It's a Tryon. It's a Tryon. It's best. I'm so sorry for who I am as a person.
It's a Tryon.
It's a Tryon. It's best.
It's all falling apart.
It's all falling apart. Anyway, moving on to our last. I'm sure Lulu will have more for us at some point. Because
yes, I'm working on painting Arachne.
Such that that's one that you can break if you really want to. Anyway, let's take a look at our last one.
And this one, I love the scene outside of Bianca and Daja's house where our not rogue was talking to all of the spiders, and I love the visual of the spider webs leading out of town. So I tried to recreate that as best as I could. And that Halloween spider webbing is a pain to work with, let me tell you. It sticks to everything.
It's almost like it's supposed to be spiderweb.
Yep.
God, these are so gorgeous. I cannot begin to tell you how enamored I am with this crew. Not only have had my first like character minis actually printed out and like colored in, like there are so many firsts that have happened in this campaign that I'm just absolutely enamored with.
Well, I started doing these because I wanted to make fan art, and I'm not really an artist, but I can paint a passable tabletop mini.
That makes you an
not very
artist, girl. That makes you an artist, girl.
Well,
As an artist, I
Possible.
can't paint tabletop minis, so like, good job.
Yeah, I could never. Nor can
Yeah.
I paint on a piece of paper either.
Sounds like you're an artist, Lulu. Honestly, is what it sounds like to me.
Thank you.
Yes, just talk about what I want. It looks amazing. It looks incredible.
Look,
I have a lot of fun making them.
you can be an artist.
I really, really enjoy that Joan's contribution to chat was
Shush.
merp.
Oh. Merp.
That was really me being like, why is the chat not showing up for me? Maybe if I type something, it will.
Oh.
Just
But also,
merp.
that's a word that me and my friend Sarah, shout out to Sarah. She's probably not watching this because she doesn't play D&D, but
We can fix that.
well, she just bought the Avatar: The Last Airbender TTRPG thing. So
Oh my god, mine came. My Kickstarter package came like a couple weeks ago, and I have not touched it because I've just been so busy. But I'm very excited about it.
yeah.
Um,
She bought an extra copy of the map for me, so I was very
hell
excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That said,
Thank you so much, Lulu. That's incredible. They all look amazing. We do have another little surprise, but we're gonna save that till the break. So you're gonna have to stick around if you want to see it. But
it's worth it.
I'm excited because essentially we all banded together and we commissioned a piece of art that is of all of our characters. I say their characters in my world. Very
None
very
of them would
excited to show
exist if you
all.
hadn't made up this campaign. So our
Yeah,
is
I
accurate.
know, but I'm saying our, and then I'm like, no, it's not really any of my characters yet. But
We're all co-parenting these characters, okay?
yes. So yeah, stick around, and after we come back from break in part 2, we will quickly, not that quickly probably, show you some of the amazing art, and I will give a shout out to the artists and everything like that because they've been phenomenal. I cannot
We will drop a link to them.
I'm not going to get into it now. I'm going to save the hype for later. But it's just been phenomenal. But for now, let us get into. Oh, look, everyone's like readjusting in their seats.
It is time.
When
Walrus
I
said.
tell you that this crew have been thirsty and hungry for combat, I can just feel it. I could feel the simmer. I was like, they need something to fight. They need something to kill. All right. So last session, quite a few things happened, but essentially you met your new crew. Captain Cascade, Suri, who seems something of a little like sneak thief, with a little pickpocket, who is a child. And what I will say, for those that are maybe concerned about Suri being sort of 13, 14 in this combat, is that I have made the decision that Suri will not be actively harmed, just because I worry about sort of child endangerment and things like that. So it will work cinematically. Let's put it that way. Cool. So we have Suri, we have Hector, everyone's fave, Tilly, who doesn't seem to be much of a talker, and Dion, who we met in season 1, who is rejoined as if he was ever part of the crew, that's causing some tension. Jen, do you have your hand up, or are you just saluting?
I do. I have to ask, does Tilly actually take up a large character space, or is that just really really imposing mini?
I made a decision because here's the thing about D&D, folks. Here's the thing that's never really made sense to me. Minotaurs as a beast, they do not. They're a large creature, and then minotaurs as kind of like, if you're playing a minotaur, is medium, and it's never really, I know it's never really made sense to me. I feel like it should be one or the other. I took Tilly's backstory into consideration. Tilly is large.
Is she single?
Will you stop?
Excuse me, right?
Listen, let some other players have a piece of the pie, okay? I just, I just feel like...
I want to be clear. You said so-and-so was everybody's favorite character. Tilly is my favorite.
Yeah, when I said I want to be clear that when I said Hector was everyone's favorite, I was lying out my arse. Everyone can't stand Hector.
We love to hate Hector.
We love to hate Hector. Cool. So yes, last session you met them all. You were shown around the ship. You got to kind of know, and you did also meet Cedric the cook, who is safely downstairs. Don't worry. I know that all of you are really concerned about Cedric's safety, apart from maybe Kalyuka. And as you travelled, and night began to fall, so we're kind of in sunset mode now. You stumbled across, or you were kind of called up to deck. There was something bobbing in the water that you couldn't really quite identify what it was. Astraea sent out a familiar to go and have a little close-up look. It was in the shape of a gull, because there was a lot of gulls flying around.
I just wanted to get familiar with it.
Yeah, and you found that it was actually a sort of slab of wood, floating kind of piece of, like, lots of driftwood kind of pulled together, with chests and boxes strapped down to it, and a humanoid creature also strapped onto it, looking a little worse for wear, shall we say, and unconscious. And as you kind of as you kind of yelled out, "This is Castaway," and Captain Cascade sort of started to head the ship that way to go and investigate. Astraea drew upon some knowledge that she had read about a particular race known as the Sahuagin, that are known for leaving these little traps drifting in the water as kind of bait to try to draw in people that may be interested in rescuing prisoners, or finding out if there's anything of use in, like, boxes and things that they kind of strapped onto the wood, and they use that as bait to lure people in and to catch them off guard. And you relayed that information, and at the same time, because there was kind of a lot of conversation going on, a little bit of dallying, the boat had come to an almost halt, as it kind of figured out what it was going to do next. And you began to see Callista, you began to see ripples in the water, many ripples on all sides of the boat, heading straight for your ship. Because of Astraea's knowledge, I love. We were a horse. I should put some kelpies in it later. Because of Astraea's knowledge, you were not surprised. And in fact, you had sort of essentially one round of combat to kind of make preparations, because you were under attack imminently. There's not really a way that you can escape this easily. They're coming far too quickly. But you did have time to do one thing each, and just to remind everyone, Onyx used their Cloak of Stars action. Tilly has held an action for movement, so Tilly has held an action to run to essentially whichever side needs the most help in her eyes. Dion has held an action to shoot a bolt, the first sign of anything out in the water. Eva used their action to dash up to the crow's nest, and you are in the crow's nest. You are ready, not drawn, but you are not holding an action to release an arrow. Estrella began to cast Storm Sphere, quite a high level spell, and you are constant. That was a slip. You are concentrating on that, Estrella, currently. So make a mental note, that is a concentration spell. That can be seen currently on our map. I think our map is up, isn't it, Jen? Yeah, so you can see there's a sort of inner ring. That is the sphere itself, and then the outer ring is just for Jen to be able to understand how far out she can shoot lightning bolts, as it were. Well, you know, to be honest, a lot of this is for my own reference as well. It's just so that I'm saying it's for the players, it's really for me.
Absolutely godsend. I'm happy to have it.
And yes, what is the next thing? So you're concentrating on Storm Sphere. Callista has held an action. The moment that the enemies kind of reveal themselves and get within a kind of a reasonable range of her, she will unleash a first level Bane. And then once you do that, Callista, that will be something you are concentrating on. Okay, you know, Suri is also holding an action to attack if attacked, as is Captain Cascade. And Hector, something I didn't mention last week, is, you know, Hector is heading towards the stairs. Doesn't seem to be all that interested in being in a scary, dangerous, combative situation. Let's put it that way. However, with their kind of preparation action, they have cast it on Cascade, on Suri, and on Onyx, kind of the people that are closest, that they can see, and in Hector's mind, it looks like might need a little boost. So Onyx.
What was that? You kind of like bleeded during the while you were saying it.
No, it was aid, spell aid. So let me get the exactly what that means up. So your hit point maximum increases by 5, and current hit points as well. Yes, so they cast it with at that level, second level. So you get an extra 5 hit points, Onyx. Essentially. Cool. Yeah, let me just note that down. So as Estrella begins to fire up this swirling storm, Eva, you kind of climb into the crow's nest. You can see this wind sort of not too far away from you. It is hovering above the ship, begins to kind of start swirling around and whipping around. You can still see what's going on down below you, on both sides. You know, you're an archer, you would know that it's going to be, with that much wind whipping around, it will be more difficult, not impossible, but more difficult to get an arrow through there effectively, because your wind speeds are different, and it's a little harder for you to hear right now. Yes, Jen.
Just in the interest of hashtag healthy metagaming, and let me know if this is a little bit too much. Is it possible for, as Eva starts to climb, me to like yell out, like, if you need me to take it down, caw 3 times?
I feel like, well, first of all, will Eva really be able to hear you? That's the thing. You've kind of already started it up. We've already established Eva's run up.
Yeah. I think it was at least worth an ask just because just the interest.
Australia, but you are a methodical, analytical thinker, and if on your go you look around and survey the battlefield and you think Australia would come to the conclusion that having this thing up is need to, but I don't think kind of complicating things with so and so needs to give this, because if somebody casts silence on her up there, then
gotcha.
What you know what I mean? It starts to become more complicated, and I'm sure that Eva will have her own methods of letting you know if she really thinks.
Just shoot me.
That
just shoot me if you get rid of things.
That was the plan. Break your concentration. I'll just shoot you.
As players, I encourage you to. I don't normally really like metagaming, but I will state again, if it is impacting your enjoyment of the game, then I encourage that we try to talk about it. And ultimately, if you think this is making Eva's goes a bit not working out in the way that Eva might like, then feel free to take it down.
I just have a lot of anxiety around making sure that everyone's having fun in combat, because I've been the person who's been negatively impacted before. I just want to really make sure that I am not messing up combat for you, Eva.
In this instance, Eva's just not going to protect that side of the boat, so everyone over there is on your own. So
I'm good with that. Look.
Yeah, and that's it. I think that's why it's really important for me to state that this is an issue that it's only going to encounter one side of the boat, right? So the other side of the boat is free game. Eva, you are free to, if anything happens over there. And let me tell you, actually, from a kind of logical standpoint, they're looking pretty lonely over there, Captain Cascade and Suri. They're not looking very well defended currently.
They've got Tilly. Tilly's within a round's worth of movement from them.
If Tilly decides that that's the direction to go, we don't know. Okay, with that said, so the storm begins to whip up, and you see these ripples closing in on you. At one point, just to kind of give you, who has a passive perception of 15 or above? Yes, you would definitely see it where you are. So the three of you at one point see a you don't see a person, but you see a dorsal fin raise itself above the water briefly. It's on the sides that Dion is shooting out, so he will unleash his held action to shoot a ballista at this fin. Yes, go ahead, Jen. I see that you have questions in your eyes.
Do Sawagan have fins? Have dorsal fins?
How about this? When we get to your go, I will tell you what you know about Sahuagin. Okay? Yeah. We will do a roll separately, because you read briefly about their tactics, but about knowing about them as creatures and the way that their society function, that's going to require a separate role.
Okay.
All right, but we'll get to that. Okay. In terms of what the little you know about their physiology, not necessarily. But anyway, so you see this dorsal fin. It comes up above the water. Dion of the Burning Spears shoots out an arrow. Let me just roll that. Okay, noted, and does 10 points of damage to something. So not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, it disappears below the water. You then feel the boat slightly shudder, okay, just very slightly. And you hear as something begins to climb its way up to where you are on deck. Let me go through. So I'm now going to reveal your enemies.
I love it when I can see my enemies.
That's so good, isn't it? It's so good when you can just see them.
I'm gonna regret it when there are like 10 of them, but like.
So let's just 1, 2.
Okay, you can stop hitting buttons now.
As they climb their way over.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
Have
fun, Dion.
Well, rip Dion.
Look, Joan is so happy. Joan just fully just like, oh, what a shame Dion has to die so soon.
I feel like every campaign I have an NPC who everybody else loves and I fucking hate. And this one it's Dion, and my home game it's First Mate Sweetums.
I mean, I feel like we're all like, we don't like Dion. We're just fairly indifferent to him at this point, I think.
Eva likes Dion.
Eva likes Dion.
Estrella has no strong opinion, aside from, like, the conflicting opinions of Onyx doesn't like him, and he clearly fucked with Onyx's life, so, like, also fuck him, but also at the same time, I am very familiar with the concept of mind control and how that works, so, like, also not his fault, but also fuck him, but also not his fault.
Blatant neutrality and indifference is what we're saying here. Complicated indifference.
Hashtag it's complicated.
Hashtag is complicated. Okay, so these things, they kind of climb aboard. They heave themselves onto the deck and kind of pull out their various weapons. And that rather large one that you can see lets out a roar and great big toothy smile. This one that's over by Hector, that's looking a little different as well. She opens her mouth and you see kind of like a little magical glow across her tongue. And she the large one says something in a language that none of you understand. And then she speaks and says, surrender now and we will kill only half of you. I love the way that was met with absolute stunned silence. But what we will address is that at that moment that they kind of climb overboard, held actions. Callista, you have a held action for Bane.
Bane, which
and I
is
believe that there is actually only 3 that you can target with that.
Almost like I planned it or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's probably a good thing that you only cast that at that level.
But it is a charisma 17 saving throw on their part. Got it.
So let me make those rolls. I'm gonna roll with proper dice. It just feels, I don't get to do this properly very often. Charisma 17 saving throw. So we'll go with the big guy first, because I'm sure that's the one that you're dying to hear about. They rolled quite high. They rolled a 15. However, it's not a 17. So they failed.
Perfect.
It's not 25.
Not bad though. You gotta admit that's not terrible. Yeah, because they don't have any extra on there. They have a lot of bonuses to saving throws, but believe it or not, charisma's not one of them. Don't know if that surprises any of you, because it doesn't me. Let's do this. I mean, they did worse. In fact, that's a -1. That's a -1 to the score of 12 that they rolled. So all 3 failed.
Perfect. Hopefully that helps.
It certainly does. I'm certain of it. Let's get that in the note right now.
Are they supposed to be kind of shadowy? Are they supposed to be kind of shadowy?
Shadowy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
silhouette.
outlines.
Yeah, there's only silhouettes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
I just wanted to double check, just in case there was more that we were supposed to see.
No, you know what I think is doing that? I think. What about your characters? Are you all outlines as well?
No, we're full.
No.
Oh, we're. Yeah.
It's weird.
Like, not
I
a
don't
huge
know
deal,
why
I'm just
that-
curious.
I don't know why that is, if I'm honest. Is that helping anything?
Unfortunately not.
Okay,
whatever.
I'll be honest, I don't know why that is. It does not look like that on my end. And I've unlocked them, I've got them. I
Ultimately,
wonder
not
if
the end
it's
of the world,
because of
but-
this. I wonder if it's because of this great big purple bubble.
It's
I don't know
not
if
because the
that's-
guys at the stern of the ship are also outlines.
Yeah.
But
A and B.
That's so weird.
it is.
It doesn't look like that for me.
But ultimately, like, we can still see them, we can still target them, like,
Yep.
we'll live. They can still do mysterious blobs.
They're less scary this way. That's probably
Don't
a good
say
thing.
that!
Right. Well, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's a bit disappointing, but that's fine. I'll see if I can figure it out why that's
During
doing
break,
that.
maybe.
Cool. Okay, but you can see like the rough outlines
Yes,
of them, right?
yeah. We can see the labels, we can see the outlines, we can see enough that we can identify which one's which.
Perfect. Okay, so D and E are currently baned, as is Big Guy. So
Whoa there, big guy. Calm down.
so you have done that, and then who else? Tilly. Now here's the thing, because Tilly, on the one hand, she can see that her captain and Suri are kind of, there's a couple up there with them. On the other hand, there is this massive creature over here, directly next to the mages. The slightly squishier mages, maybe. I feel though Tilly would probably begin to head towards the captain at this point, and Suri. So let's go.
Yeah, there's definitely more of us down toward the bow of the ship. We have to worry about a little bit less of the concentration, whereas they've got like 3 people that can start attacking them like right now.
Can get to about there. Cool.
Protect the girl.
So Tilly runs off towards the captain's wheel and to go and defend her captain and Suri. I think that is it in terms of held actions, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, don't I go before Tilly? But if it's a held action, never mind.
It was a held action to run. So it was not a held action to do any attacking or anything like that. It was a held action literally to run, so that in her go she will get more movement if she needs to. But actually, didn't need it, I don't think, really. But anyway. Cool. So with that said, we begin our combat. So let me play the music. Give us some combat music on, everyone. For those that can hear it, for those that cannot, I'm ever so sorry. Let's start then with Onyx. This is what you have been faced with. Many creatures have just climbed overboard. What would you like to do?
So I have a question. The person that I just put the question marks on wasn't labeled prior to that, so are they actually there or no?
I think they weren't labeled because they were a unique enough shape that we can identify.
They
them
are a
without it.
unique. They are a unique thing.
Gotcha.
I will. Do you know what? Because you can't see it properly, let me label them up a bit.
Big
for
boy,
you.
small big boy.
So I'm going to call this one the speaker because they've spoken out loud
Gotcha.
to you. And then
Second quick
boy.
question. As far as I can tell, noise. He's gonna do a collab with Janelle Monáe. It's gonna be fire. I haven't been able to find any rules about charging in 5th edition. That's not a thing. Unless you're like in
Straight line and then attack with a
3.5
bonus.
Yeah.
No, that is not a thing.
Okay. So if I do a dash action, would I still get both attacks? So like if I make a 45-foot, if I go to
So
here,
a dash action will replace you attacking.
Gotcha. Then fuck that. And I'm gonna head for C.
You're gonna head for C.
Yep. And I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
But we're already at C.
God damn it!
Uh,
It's the third
yeah.
one! One more!
roll, so roll to hit. What did you roll? Did you roll
Hold on.
a 1? Did you say?
No. I said one more and some kind of punishment for her puns. Some kind of punishment.
Was that it? Was that the punishment?
Maybe. You don't know yet.
You don't scare me. You're not in control of Cassian's fate. Cat does.
So-
Cat scares me.
Because I moved within my normal movement, I still get both attacks, right?
Yes.
Cool. I got good on that first one. Shitty on the second one. Let's see what that actually adds up to.
What? Yeah. Tell me the numbers, because they don't necessarily have high armor. So
Yeah, I got finite screen space over here, so
that's all right.
Fucking mood.
My first one was just a measly 25.
Are a measly 25. Yeah, that just about hits. Yeah.
Yeah, woo!
And by
The
just
second
about, I
one-
mean you obliterate the person.
The second one I don't think will hit at a 13.
It does hit.
13 hits?
13 hits. You will see they're standing. They've got literally like pieces of cloth draped around them. They are not
Word.
Hot.
well armed or armored up. So yes, do give me the damage for the first one.
Okay. It is 1, 2. I'm not gonna do it now because I didn't ask ahead of time, but in future reference, am I allowed to add a smite after I roll?
You so when you I guess when you declare, because it's a bonus action to smite, is it? I
Let me
would
check.
normally say that you can't like declare your action of attacking and then, unless it specifically says in the spell that you can do that. I don't think you can declare your action of attacking and then say, right, I'm bonus action doing
Is
this,
this
and then
like Thunderous Smite or like just the Smite feature?
It would be Thunderous Smite.
That would be the first time, yeah.
It looks like a spell, so
Yeah.
yeah, I would have had
It would
to
be
cast
casting
it
as a
ahead of
bonus
time.
do you know
action
what?
and
That's
Do you know
fine.
what? We're relatively new to combat. I'll allow it, so you can use.
It's
your
fine.
bonus
I already
action.
rolled my damage. I'm good. I wanted to know for next time.
All right, cool, got it.
The first attack was 12 damage.
12 damage. All right. Yeah.
And the second attack was 11.
11.
That's my answer to your fucking question, bro.
I don't think it was a question. I think I just said surrender on only half of you.
You surrender and I'll only chop half of you in half.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, they're not dead, they're still up, okay, but they are looking pretty rough already. Cool. So I would say
Also, for Cloak of Stars, they have disadvantage against me. So
disadvantage against you. Got it. Let's let me just write that.
actually, I'm gonna wait to check that off until
that actually will become very important, and you will see why soon. So you have run forward, and your second attack. Oh, we've done that, haven't we? We did all of that together. Okay, so is there anything else that you're doing? You've got a bonus action. Are you doing anything with your bonus action?
Let me just double check.
Actually, for the sake of this, I am going to just remove Kalika.
I will I'm gonna save it because I don't think this person is gonna last very long, and I might need it for the big boy later.
I love that's actually called Big
Cool.
Boy.
All right. Okay. So that is your go up then. Next up, we have Tilly, because Tilly also rolled incredibly well. Tilly is going to do something similar. She's just going to move straight over here. And let's get Tilly's stats up real quick. I'ma just go ahead and assume, standard big beefy attack.
And this being
Tilly
a rogue
rolled
with
well.
spring attack.
Tilly did roll well. Tilly rolled an 18 plus stuff, so that's definitely going to hit. Just need to get the damage up. Sorry, everyone. My computer is being a little bit slow. I hope it's not dying. That would be awkward.
Dear dead Aussie gamer, yes, that means I would quarter them.
Let's look at this one. So,
But will you draw them?
Maybe.
okay, yeah. It is.
For those who don't know, it's
not
drawing
died.
and quartering.
It's not died. It's just being incredibly slow.
God, in the morning.
So, not a huge amount of damage on that one. That is 5 points of damage. Do they have? Yeah. Do they have a extraction? No, they do not. So yeah, Tilly didn't hit heavily that time. Certainly not as heavily as they could have done. That's a shame. 5 points of damage. We move on to.
It's okay, Tilly. You'll get him next time.
Tilly's just out there doing her best.
I know that feel. I know the feel.
We move on to our lovely speaker right here. And so she begins to, in a kind of almost like the rest of them, they seem almost like they're very like tense. And they're just rushing forward. They're out to create carnage. Their claws and teeth and kind of just chaos incarnate. In kind of an almost eerie juxtaposition, this speaker kind of carries themselves with more grace and begins to slowly ascend the stairs up towards Cascade. And so, kind of their eyes close. They got side eyelids. And as they do, this kind of like Triton, incorporeal Triton, appears in the air. Yes, Jen. What reaction are you trying to take?
Counterspell.
Yeah, because at the beginning of every turn.
Because like I know like in Pathfinder there is definitely a thing for if you haven't moved in combat yet. Like there are certain things where like you can't do it. I wasn't sure if that was a hard rule or a home or a home rule in 5e.
You know what? Yes, I will allow it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I will allow it is because you all essentially got a go of combat before they kind of climbed on board. So as part of that turn, you will also get a reaction.
Great. Counterspell, please. At level 3, because I don't have any more level 4 slots.
How big is your range on counterspell?
Counterspell is 60 feet.
60 feet. I feel I feel like this speaker might be a little outside of 60
Let me
feet.
see. It is
Because
exactly 60 feet. Oh, wait.
No,
they
is
moved.
this-
Never mind. My B. I was looking at the wrong one. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they've moved. I did describe they were
Yep.
ascending the stairs.
Yep, you're right.
So yeah, they are out of your range of
Never
counterspell,
mind.
unfortunately. So you would not be able to counterspell them.
Right.
They will. Now, is there a way I can? I'm gonna just use like a little. Let's put this here. So, oh, that's a little big. This is a sort of a incorporeal looking like triton. It's kind of got shells encrusted all over it. You would absolutely recognize this immediately, Callista. You've seen this kind of magic before. It is a spiritual weapon that they have called upon to aid them in battle. So it will attempt to attack, and she will attempt to attack as well. It will attack as a bonus action. And she's just still repeating the same mantra over and over again, like, surrender, we will kill only half of you. I mean, it's still not a great offer. And you probably understand that to mean like it's just not going to be just kill half of you and the rest of you can go easy. It will be like the rest of you will probably end up like that person strapped to the board. So she's casting spiritual weapon. What do I have to do? So I rolled a 16. Does stuff, so that hits. 1d8. Oh, she rolled pretty well. She rolled 7 points of damage against poor Cascade there. Oh, just curse this computer. It's been pretty good up until now, but it's just suddenly decided today is the day to just like really slow right down. There's nothing I can really do about it, but let's get the other things. And then as an action, she has multi-attack. So that misses. And 16 hits Cascade. Oh no. Now it's not going to be much. She's not particularly efficient with. So it's two points of slashing damage plus the 7 that Cascade took via the spiritual weapon. What you will notice is the moment that she gets into vicinity with Cascade, and she grabs hold of Cascade and pulls her close and kind of sticks her claws in as this Triton materializes in the air and stabs Cascade into the shoulder. And she whispers, or she kind of says again, surrender. And as the blood begins to seep from the wound, all of the creatures around you, you see their pupils dilate. And just a small part of them and they all kind of look around and they begin to salivate. And so that has had some kind of effect upon them. So she has taken together. Raggy. And that's pretty much Cascade's reaction as she watches and she just looks around, kind of holding onto her shoulder. She looks around, she goes, uh-oh. That's pretty much her reaction. So next up, oh gosh, why have you frozen in this way? Apologies, everyone. Who can somebody look and see for me who is next up in combat after?
I'm pretty
it was
sure I'm
just-
up next.
Yeah.
Perfect. Eva, tell me what you want to do with your go. I am going to try to fix my
Wait.
computer.
What about Dion? Did Dion
Oh
go?
wait, no, Dion. I think Dion's before me. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, Dion is before me. Yep.
Okay.
Let the boy go.
Sorry.
I tried.
It's okay. The
it
problem
were
is
up to
that
me.
I can't currently see the map because it's all just broken on me. So let me just no, wait, it might be loading. So Dion is right next
Dion's-
to the big guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel as if the obvious thing that Dion would do is probably to immediately let go of the ballista and begin to fight big boy. So let's
Big
okay,
boy.
kind of back up. Oh, Dion, that is not a good score, Dion. Dion, he's taken by surprise at the immense size, and he kind of quickly moves away from the ballista, but he kind of slips slightly. The deck is quite wet, and as this creature came up, it had kind of sloshed some water over onto the deck. So he slips a little and he just sort of slightly misses with his spear. He does get another shot though, and that is better. So he then slashes again at this creature. It's gonna be 7 points of damage against Big Boy. Would have been better if he had, hit more than once, but
That's how it goes.
and that's kind of just with his spear. Fights in a very similar way, actually. Onyx to Kiroba, to Kaliuka's brother.
I just want everybody watching to know how much it's killing me that I can't sing right now.
Let's move on then. Eva, take your go. I'm writing stuff down, but I am listening.
All right, so Eva, having gone up to the crow's nest on her earlier move, is going to be standing up there, sort of perceiving the whole battlefield below her. Wind whipping around on one side, so she's obviously not going to be paying much attention to that side, knowing she can't do anything. She's going to watch the goings on of the speaker moving towards Cascade, and she's going to choose the speaker as her kind of target.
Perfect.
So as the speaker, attacks Cascade, Eva's going to jump up on top of the railing of the crow's nest. She's going to widen her stance and her talons kind of digging into the railing to hold on. She's going to draw back her bow and she's going to make her, first I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the speaker.
Yeah.
So my Hunter's Mark is now active.
Nice. If someone, I think you can all edit the notes if someone doesn't mind on the speaker's note to write, because I'm still having some issues here to write Hunter's Marks.
All set.
Perfect. Thank you.
So I'm going to draw back my bow and I'm going to make a first attack attempt. And that is a 19.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 19. Well, yes. It may come as no surprise. 19 hits. Roll your damage.
Yep. So I'm just I have to add on my Hunter's Mark damage to that. So hold on while I roll 2 dice. So that's going to be 7 plus 7. So that's going to be 14 points of damage.
14 against the speaker.
Yep. So that was attack number 1. I'm going to attack again because I have 2 attacks. So I'm going to attempt again. That's going to be a 15.
15 hits.
Okay. So once again, I have to add some damage. So 12 plus 2, so that's going to be 14 points of damage. Again?
Another 14.
Yep.
You are all ruthless.
And then my Dread Ambusher is going to kick in. And I get another attack. This one, does the Hunter Mark and the Dread Ambusher bonuses go on top of each other?
Hunter's Mark, read out the specific wording for me.
On Hunter's Mark, hold on one second.
Looks like it should, because they just each give you extra damage dice.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark. You choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to your target whenever you hit with a weapon attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it stacks.
Yep. All right, so I am going to, hopefully this hits, because if it doesn't, then like all that knowledge would be wasted. So I am going to shoot again. Yeah, that's going to hit with an 18.
Which one did you mark?
The speaker.
Gotcha.
Yep. So now let me just roll some dice and add everything together. Oh, so that's, I'm rolling really well for once.
So you have done, by the way,
say
for
that
the
out loud.
record, you've done 46 points of damage to this speaker.
Plus 1 plus 1d6.
Oh, so sorry, 28, and then whatever you add here. Sorry,
Yeah, 12, 16. Another 17 points of damage.
So 28 plus 17, so
45.
so 45? 45 points of damage to what in one turn. Tilly's out there chopping away with 5 points of damage, the great big kind of like hefty axe. Dion got his little like 7 points in, and Eva has a few well-placed arrows that have knocked Eva into the lead, I think, damage-wise. Not that it's a competition.
Are you sure?
The speaker does not look pleased. Let's put it that way. She she's got like a cascade almost in a bit of a chokehold, right? And she's like kind of controlling this and letting like this. It's almost like torturing her a little bit. She's got like this triton, this magical triton kind of embedded in the cascade's back and just kind of like twisting it a little, and then she's just like hit 1, 2, 3 one after the other in rapid succession in various different areas, and she kind of screeches and lets go, and she looks around, doesn't immediately clock anything, and then her gaze drifts upwards and she connects eyes with you, Eva.
And Eva's going to give a very pleasant middle feather up to her.
Yeah.
Flip her the bird.
Wind whipping around, her feathers and her cloak billowing in the wind, and just a casual like and
she just hisses. And even in this really loud environment, that hiss sort of trembles its way through the air to your ears. She's definitely well enough got her sights set on you now, because you just did a lot of damage to her. That is the end of your go, I believe.
I think I can only do 3 on that turn.
Only
3.
You're not planning to
only 45 points of
I was gonna say
damage.
only 40 something damage.
I rolled really well.
Something damage. Okay, you'll all be pleased to know that my computer is allowing me to move things around on the map again now, so that's lovely.
Hooray.
We'll just see how long it lasts. I do apologize, I'm not used to this level of resistance from my MacBook, so bear with me. I probably shouldn't have said exactly what kind of computer it was, but there you go. So, Eva, you are done. It is now Astrea's go.
How lovely and absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to take just a moment to do a little bit of rulering and measuring, just to kind of get a feel for some distances. Please hold.
That is fine.
Wow, look at all those things within 20 feet. Well, it's okay. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Okay, it's 25. Okay. All right. First off, we're going to take a gamble here. I'm gonna do a little tap on my helm of comprehending languages and cast comprehend languages, because if they're talking to each other, I want to know what they're saying. So that's my action.
That will be to implement that. That will be an action.
Yep, that's my action. As my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and activate my my storm sphere. And I believe, let me just double check on the exact wording. Blah blah blah. Okay. All right. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and target. From what I can see, do any of them look seriously hurt, or are they all kind of like pretty okay?
The creatures.
Yeah.
Priestess is looking a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Onyx went to town on looks like they're on their last legs.
Great.
And
right.
the others I don't think the others have taken any damage yet.
Okay.
They some of them are baned, but they've not taken damage. They're just under an effect. Big boy has taken a tiny bit of damage. He's not even looking phased.
Great. Okay.
So
what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot a little bit over here so I can see past the pillar, and also so I can hide from the big boy and our friend E behind the pillar. And I'm going to, Astrea's eyes are going to flash with this purple Durkle lightning, as she is going to call down a lightning bolt onto C. See if we can just take him out. My dice tray's all the way over there. I'll get it when everyone else is going. So we're gonna go ahead and make an attack roll and see how it goes.
Go
for
for
take
it.
him out so Onyx can be put her damage to use on someone that is not about to die.
What is the amount of damage that you can do?
4d6.
4d6. It's a minimum 4. Okay, yeah, so you're gonna need to roll.
Yeah. Okay. Does a 23 hit? I assume the answer is yes.
Yeah, 23 does it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I hit it with a 13, so.
Yeah. That's several sixes. Not several, but it's a couple. That would be 16 lightning damage.
16. You watch as so it's kind of like immediately engaged, and Onyx just flies forward. Not literally flies, but runs towards this one and instantly just goes at it with so much ferocity that they are taken kind of unawares and pretty much on their last legs. They're kind of down on one knee, trying to readjust their balance, and with just a sort of quick movement of your hands, a sort of lightning just darts out and hits this creature right in the neck, and they go backwards and they fall into the water.
Kind of
over
like
the railing.
Catch Onyx's eye, give her a wink, and continue hiding behind her pillar because she doesn't want to die with her AC of 3.
So
she has hit points, but she does not have AC.
Still a little unresponsive. So if someone could just delete C for me, that
Absolutely,
would be wonderful.
got you. Bye. Oh, that's the label.
All right. So C is dead.
I'm just gonna drag him off the screen because I can't actually delete him.
I think when you drag it comes up with a little bin icon down the bottom. Does it appear on yours?
It does. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So pop him in the bin for me.
I have popped him in the bin for you.
pop him in the bin. C is dead, everyone. Hooray, your first victory.
We are now in a desert.
Yes. Awesome. So that is that your go?
Yes. Normally I would shout to the speaker, but I don't think they're going to be able to hear me, so I'm not going to waste my breath.
You are in the middle of this, or just kind of underneath the storm sphere. I feel like it would be relatively difficult. I mean, you can, it's free action to yell.
Honestly, I think Estrella would save herself the embarrassment of Callista having to watch her just shout into nothing. So no.
We did say that we would address this as well, in terms of like recalling knowledge and stuff. I don't tend to say use actions for that. So that's I would like you to make a it would be a let's go like nature or history just
they
to
are the same
see
bonus. So
yeah,
let's just go ahead
and
roll
just see what you know.
See what happens.
See what you know.
Fuck. That's a 16.
That's not that bad.
I rolled an 8.
16 is fine.
I rolled an 8.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna actually, every time that you punish yourself or say that a 16 is a bad roll, I'm actually just gonna knock 5 off it and make it like an actual bad roll. How about that? Because I can. The powers come to my head, everyone. Okay. This is what you know about Sahuagin. They are a predatory fish-like race. They dwell pretty deep in the ocean, and they pretty much view all of the ocean as theirs to conquer and plunder as they please. Anything that entrenches within on the seas is trespassing in their mind. So they decided that they are the rulers of the sea, basically. Now, here's the interesting thing, going back to that dorsal fin that you briefly saw earlier. They have a very strange affinity and bond with sharks. And there are many stories and tales of sharks in the presence of these creatures beginning to behave strangely and out of character, almost as if they're being manipulated by or controlled by these creatures. This is a lot of shark like imagery kind of adorns what little scraps of clothing and things they have. And
they got this weird,
weird
blood frenzy, I noticed.
The other thing that you will know is that a bit like sharks, they are sent into somewhat of a frenzy at the smell of blood, and their senses are particularly attuned to heading towards the smell of blood. What you can probably surmise is that that dorsal fin that crested was probably belonging to a shark, meaning that there are most likely at least 1 or 2 sharks circling the boat.
As long as they're sharks and not megalodons, I care a little bit less, but
we don't. It was a relatively large looking fin. It was a bit of a glimpse though, so I'm not gonna say that you would be able to know the size of the shark, dependent on that. But it was definitely something that you would be able to identify and surmise that was probably a shark. The other thing is that you would be able to surmise is that your currently bleeding captain is in a lot of trouble right now.
I think in light of that, what I'm actually going to do is, as I catch Onyx's eye to give her that wink, I'm just going to kind of point to Cascade, and
already had it there. That's already where my mind's at.
And that goes for anyone that gets hurt. So in a way, I mean, there's particular mechanics around it. I would argue that anyone that gets hurt in a way that draws blood will
similar
be
danger.
in particular trouble.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. You know that Cascade is in a lot of trouble. You can see that she is bleeding and has taken some damage. Others that might be bleeding very soon will also potentially be in trouble. So that's something that you would know. All right. So that is the end of your go.
Yes.
I
have struck people down with lightning, and I'm happy.
Lovely.
Fair enough.
So we move on then to, I believe, it is now Big Boy's turn.
Alrighty.
And Big Boy, here's the thing. Big Boy does not particularly appreciate. So he what you will catch, and Onyx, I will allow you to catch this as well, as you're kind of catching eyes with Astrea, is he kind of made his way onto the ship. He's asserting he's clearly like in a hierarchical status above the others. He surveys the ship. Dion is next to him, and Dion has already made a jab at him. So he kind of asserts that as his next focus. But he does see, as he kind of looks around, Astrea is sort of concentrating on holding this big ball of lightning. And you have a helm of comprehending languages that can now understand what he's saying. So he yells out to D and E, you two on her. And then he begins to go ham. We'll see how well he does on Dion of the Burning Spears. So,
can I shout you two fuck off as a response?
Does it allow you to speak in their language or just understand?
Just understand it. So, like, basically, I'll just be calling them out. I'm not actually going to shout that.
Yeah, you can yell it. I don't know that he will necessarily understand.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to shout it because I would rather just like sit on my knowledge that I can understand them without having them know that.
All right, so he has rolled. So his first attack against Dion, he has rolled very well.
And he is Bane, so take a D4 off of that.
Take a D4 off of that. That is correct. So let's go. So he's rolled 14 plus 7. 21. Still a 21 to hit.
Sorry, Dion.
After taking
you know
away
what? You
4?
tried. Huh? After the
It's
D4,
20.
I rolled a 2 on the D4.
Oh.
Would you prefer, by the way, me to roll the D4 or do you want to roll the D4?
No. I'll just remind you.
Okay. Yes, please remind me. I rolled a 2 on the D4 and he has a +7 to hit.
Jeez.
So that's fine. So 21. That is okay. Okay.
You kitty boo.
8 points of piercing damage for the first attack against Dion. Then second attack. Oh, he didn't roll as well there, and that's 4 off of that. So he misses Dion with his second attack because of Bane. And it's that we're not even gonna. He is too cocky, this big boy. And the first attack, he has a really good hit on Dion, and he smiles. And then the second attack, he goes to hit, and something just as it looks like a sure hit, but just something just snaps past, and Dion ends up like almost as if there's some kind of like force that just kind of whips Dion's head back at the last second, and he's not hit. And this guy is really confused about that, so he goes again, and Dion just dodges out the way, having kind of found his groove, found his rhythm. So Dion, very lucky there, because that had the potential to do a lot of damage in one go, but has only taken 8 points of damage, and we can pretty much thank Bane for that, so well done. Next up is Callista. You are currently concentrating on Bane.
Yes.
but what would you like to do?
Well, Callista's a little torn because she's got Big Boy and E kind of close to her, but she also saw Estrella kind of pointing over towards the captain. So she's kind of split as to what she wants to do, but I think having Big Boy so close to her, she is just going to take a shot at him using a 3rd level guiding bolt.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can roll decently. That's a 15.
All right. 3rd level guiding bolt. Lovely. 15. Let's just see. Big
miss.
Boy has a little bit of armor on.
Yeah.
And it does not quite hit.
Because I've been rolling really high with my real dice, but I decided to roll in D&D Beyond, and I have a +9 too.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, doesn't quite hit, I'm afraid.
So yeah, so she was going to do that, and seeing that it misses, it's kind of going to shake her confidence a little bit. So right in front of her, is that like a stairs down?
Oh no, Callista's going the way
I was
of
thinking
Victor.
about it, but
She's just going to use her
yes.
bonus action to duck down there and take the hide action, so she can do that since she is part rogue.
So basically it's a ladder that leads down into, you would have been shown this, it's like the hole that is filled with the kind of like ballista weaponry. And yeah, go for it. Head down into that area, and I would like you to roll a stealth check for me.
Yeah, so she just wants to be just below so she can pop back up again and shoot if she needs to.
That's perfect.
Not the best stealth roll. That was a 10.
10. Okay. You
Her
might
head is
not
kind of
be particularly well hidden. However, down in
they
that
care about
area,
me more
you
too.
do have good cover. I will say that. Like, anything trying to throw things at you or anything, they will have to actively like pursue you or haul you out or anything. But I will say that you kind of get about, do you want to go like how far down? The ladder is probably 10 foot. Do you want to go like down to the bottom of the ladder, or do you want to literally just be hanging on to the ladder, like just literally
just
5
kind
foot
of
down?
just down a little bit, because she wants to be able to pop right back up and hopefully
So
hit something
if
next
something
time.
was to head over to the trapdoor, it probably could still, reach in. I would probably impose disadvantage because it's a bit awkward to get in there, but they would still be able to reach in and probably attack you, like get some spears down there or whatever and try to get at you. Cool, got that. So that is the end of your go then?
Yes.
All right. No one has given the crew any kind of command, and I will just explain to the audience that are watching. I have introduced a mechanic, because obviously this is a rather large boat, and I've introduced a few NPCs. This is not going to be enough people to man this boat, so there is a generic faceless, nameless, unless one of you fuckers decides, no, I want to really get to know this person in particular, faceless, nameless crew that are kind of keeping the boat running and doing the tasks that they're supposed to while everyone is engaged. What they will do is they will take, for now, because they can see the immediate danger is lots of people on board, they will take the aid action. I've got a list of 5 actions that they can take, and our lovely cast here are able to shout out actions if they want to. They will take the last action that they were instructed to take, so whoever last told them to do something, unless it is an order from the captain, of course, in which case they will take the captain's orders over anyone else's. They will take the aid action in this particular instance, which means that all of you who are taking any kind of melee attacks will have advantage on your next go. That being said, and that includes the NPCs that I am running as well. We have reached half 4. I'm aware that we're not even a whole round into combat, so we will try to pick up the pace a little bit. It's because I did a lot of talking at the beginning as well, so that's something to bear in mind. Let's head off to break now for 15 minutes, take a moment to gather ourselves, and then we will come back after the crew who have kind of just taken their action, and we will return to combat. So see you all in about 15 minutes time. Thank you all for joining so far, and see you soon. Bye. we are back. We are back. I'm gonna stop singing now. We are back. So
A dinosaur
before
story.
the break, we are mid-combat. Everyone, if you've just joined us, or if you kind of partially joined us a little bit in before the break, so much voguing happening here as we return. Absolutely. I can't vogue. We are mid-combat. The thing I'm noticing as I'm looking at the stream right now is Big Boy is really clear. I do also see this silhouette, and I don't understand why it is showing as a silhouette still.
We can always troubleshoot one day.
We will have to figure that out. I'm not really sure why that is showing like that. But anyway, we're in the middle of combat. We had just had the crew have their go, and for the sake of it makes a lot of sense with the story and where kind of Kumi wanted to take the character direction anyway. Kumi is leading the charge with whatever the crew are kind of doing. So in the case of just now, the crew have kind of engaged. They're essentially taking the help action with anyone who is currently in melee combat mode against any of these creatures. So they will, anyone that takes a melee attack between now and the crew's next go will receive advantage, which is lovely.
Hooray!
So with that, what we're going to do is, before we start anything, Jen has a surprise for everyone. As I mentioned at the very beginning of this, we commissioned a piece of art of everyone's characters. And I'm really, really excited to properly unveil it today because it's finally done. I say finally, it was done really quickly. I just need to really, that sounds like it's been like months in the making. This was all done within like space of like a couple of weeks. This has been really incredible concerted work from the artists that we hired, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a minute. But we're gonna just show you all because we're really excited and it makes us happy, and we wanted to kind of share. This is our first like picture of all of our characters. I've had everyone's go ahead, but they're really happy with their art. So without further ado, let's show off the art. This makes me.
Can we get a visual drum roll, please? Because this is absolutely amazing. Ready? Let's do it! Behold. I cannot stress enough how blown away I am at this art.
Look at how pretty we are! We're so pretty!
If you can't tell who's who, then I'm a little concerned. However,
yeah.
Kat, do you want to go through and just for just for our newer viewers, just give a quick overview of who's who?
Yeah. So for our newer viewers that might not be like fully immersed in the story, so on the very left, you have Jen's character Astrea. Moving into the half Triton, you are looking at Lulu's character Callista. Then bagpipe player is Kumi, her character Kalyuka, who sadly is not with us today, but loved the art very much. And then it is Lindsay's character Eva, the Kenku ranger that everyone thinks is a rogue. And last but not least, Joan's character Onyx. So we I literally cannot stress how happy I am with this art, and it's been really exciting. I've been acting as the kind of go-between, just so that the artist is not like inundated with lots of voices. And it's been a really, really like great collaborative conversation. I'm pretty sure that the artist pretty much nailed the character with only like minor changes, minor things. I'd like this color, whatever. It's been really, really good. And our amazing artist, thank you very much for putting that in the chat, is Kira. and you can find them on Instagram at Fantasy's Heart Artwork, and they do incredible stuff. They Blessed, she even said to me like, oh, when do you want me to like put this on Instagram? Like, do you want to do a grand unveiling first? I was like, these are the things that make me so happy. So yeah, I told her that we're going to be unveiling it today. I'm going to message her after the session and say, blow it up all over Instagram. But yeah, we're really excited. Go for it.
I just want to say they were also great at taking notes. Like I had like 2 or 3 very minor notes about my character, but like the change was so perfect and
fast.
Super fast. Like if
notes.
I had the money, I would be using this artist for every single fucking character I did from now until the end of time.
Like I was expecting like a multi-day turnaround for like notes, because like I'm aware that like art takes a fucking lot of effort, and I'm sitting here and Kat's just like, oh yeah, here are the results from this notes, and here I'm like, oh my god, like all of this happened. We went from like initial sketch to like green, like perfect in it, like perfect sketch in like under a day. It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was mental, the amount of work that went into it. And yeah, like even in terms of like the small notes and everything. And I just want to point out as well, because these were originally this was originally just commissioned as like a group portrait, and she was really like, oh, you want to use it for tokens? Well, I'll do individual portraits as well. And thought about, so for example, you can see like Callista's just clapping along with the music, but like the individual portrait has like a little magical ball in between the hands, because obviously it makes no sense in their individual portrait that they'll be clapping. Onyx's individual portrait has fucking wings.
They're so cool.
Like, because she said to me, oh, you mentioned that they have wings. I know that tends to be, asymmetric. I only have it in like battle. Like it doesn't really fit the group pose. Like, what are your thoughts? And I just went, you know what? Like, I think that I agree with that. And then she came back to me. She went, you know what? I drew it with both. And I was like, oh, okay. Just like,
And
so honestly, as soon as I'm employed, I'm buying like full-size prints of these to put on my wall.
And the fact that I was a half-elf and went full-on like elvish Tengwar, like zooming in, there is actual Tengwar that we collaborated on, like elvish script on my spell book.
That's so cool.
I'm just so enamored with the level of attention that this artist has given this piece. I am blown away. I cannot wait to like, this is my very first piece of commissioned character art, and I like has surpassed,
honestly,
blown away my expectations.
We should talk to the artist about like having this as a poster for sale in the GRTW shop, because it's fucking
magical. We should. We absolutely should. But the NP, I'm probably gonna definitely. I need to wait until I have money. But NPC art is probably gonna be like my next step. Because if it's going to be anyone, I want it to be drawn by this artist.
It's going to break me. Absolutely.
Official.
So.
Oh, yeah. Castrea wedding
Kat
photos.
has already broken me just with like unrelated art. And I'm just sitting here like.
Listen, all in due time, okay?
All Cassians look alike. All I'm saying. All Cassians look the same.
Anyway, probably babbled on with adoration a little bit too much. Check out the Instagram for that artist, because it just looks phenomenal. If you want character art, the rates are really good. They did some really good deals. The Almiraj that you can see, which is Kaliuka's pet Almiraj, they know that was really important that was in the portrait. And bless her soul, and this is not me saying that she will always do it. In this case, she threw that one in for free, so I'm like blown away. But yeah, let's move back to combat. All right, so let's get our ship. You'll all be pleased to know that during the break, I have managed to get my computer to, we're having a conversation now. We're collaborating a little better. So let's see if that will continue as time goes on. I believe that the crew had just taken their action, which is to give anyone that gives a melee attack advantage. Kaliuk is not here. So we now move on to A, B, C, D, E.
Oh no, what if they didn't?
Oh no. A will essentially would love to get to no, do you know what? They're not particularly smart. So A is going to move out of combat range with Tilly and take an attack of opportunity in order to try to get to Cascade, who is currently bleeding. And attracting them with the scent of blood. So let's roll. I'm just going to roll for Tilly. So this is them getting into Cascade. Tilly rolled 19, and everyone, that means Tilly crit. So yeah, Tilly's got a little special ability. So this is where Tilly gets to shine. Oh hell yeah! So this is the Tilly that I know. So 15 points of damage to A, from that hit from Tilly. But A is now going to take their attack on. Yeah. So let's do it. A rolled a nat 20.
A. Wait, no, not A.
That's bad. That's bad for you.
It was just a pun on A, honestly.
So they make too many attacks, so that's going to be its bite. So 20. Okay, but they don't actually do like lots of damage. So that's 5 points of piercing damage. Cascade is looking a bit hurt, you know. We're gonna go again. That was another good roll, but not a 20. That was a 20 non-natural to hit. That's gonna be.
Y'all, our captain can't die. We're fucked.
I got healing, don't you worry.
Yeah, it is very important that you protect your captain. So I'm gonna just throw that out there right now.
First, I'm gonna murder the speaker, and then I'm gonna heal the captain.
Oh no, it's a D8. My apologies. So that's another 5. That's another 5 points of piercing damage. So the captain is looking kind of rough, bleeding from multiple places and getting kind of stabbed. They're getting a little surrounded as well. So that's just something to bear in mind. Next up is B. B is also going to go for the captain.
Do we have time to? Maybe we should heal the captain first. Jesus.
No, you have time.
I have to be able to touch.
You have time for sure. B is, just for the record, underneath the spiritual weapon because it's non-corporeal, so it's kind of hovering in the air a bit. Do you know what? Actually, I'm gonna. No, it's fine. B is gonna roll. Misses with the first one. Nat 1 definitely misses for the second one. That Nat 1 is to make up for the fact that the other one had a Nat 20. Okay, so that's A and B. C is dead. So I don't even know why I mentioned C earlier. D is going to do as instructed, despite the fact that the blood that's kind of coming out of Dion's wounds is smelling oh so appealing right now. Big Boy has given a very clear and precise instruction. So D is going to head on over to you, Astrea, and is going to make their first attack. And that is a 17 to hit.
I know he's Bane.
Yeesh.
Did you roll the
oh yes, you are right.
Even
if I roll a 4?
Oh.
Baby.
Okay.
Armor. Mage armor.
10.10.
Yay!
Okay, hold on, because I need it. So what does shield bring it up to? +5. Okay, so yeah, even with a minus, like even if I rolled a 1 on the Bane dice, it would be lower than 18. So yeah, okay, shield, cool. So your AC is now what? Just so that I know. AC is at an 18. Okay, so then we're gonna go for the second attack. All right.
Damn! You guys are making it really hard to protect you.
Alrighty.
Well, it is still baned, so you do have to.
It doesn't
I
make a
know.
difference for a natural 20.
I still got to try.
Yeah,
Fair.
I see you hustling. Okay.
Oh my god, I just realized I was muted through that entire time. But
no, you weren't muted. You weren't muted. We could hear you.
I was muted in OBS. That was my bad. It's okay.
Oh, what? So no one on the stream could hear you?
For a minute, it's okay.
We could.
Not the end of the world. TLDR,
Okay, that's fine.
we thought there was a not shield, then there was a shield, and then I didn't get hit, and then there was a natural 20, and now I'm sad.
9 points.
Oh,
9
okay.
points of piercing damage.
I am a little scared to say that didn't hurt that badly. I'm gonna be real.
Don't say things like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. You should
stop saying things.
I acknowledge that it was a bad idea, but like my redeeming quality is that I do think before I speak. My damning quality is that I speak anyway.
All right. Then E is gonna run round and also make an attempt, and actually they can get here.
They're flanking me right now.
And they have now you're bleeding, you see. So
Oh.
they have advantage on you. They have advantage on you anyway because they're flanking. But they have advantage on you because you're bleeding.
Straight
So
looking
let's
around
see.
like, hey guys.
Oh,
At least you're
Again?
standing next to the cleric.
I'm not actually.
Again?
I can't make this shit up. I can
Damn
show you.
No, I believe you. I believe you. This is really funny.
Why am I rolling so many 20s? I've never. I wish I would roll this for my own characters. Like
I
that
love
would be
that
great.
Cassian was like, hey, please don't die, and then I immediately get crit twice.
He's
but
gonna be
this
so
one is
mad at
for
me.
A bite, which is not so. It's
Oh.
a D4, so it's
I'm
it's
sorry,
fine.
only one person's allowed to bite me.
I was gonna say, did she consent?
This one is gonna be
I think
7
Lulu
points of
has
damage.
something.
I
Seven,
do.
you
Yes,
said?
go on, Lulu. Sorry.
Is E within 5 feet of me?
Well, you are 5 foot down, so it's not easy to get to.
It's not E,
No.
Z.
Oh, because I would have been just underneath, the level of the deck. And if he's within 5 feet of me, I can take a reaction against him.
So describe to me what the reaction is, and then I will rule it, because it's difficult. You are kind of like hidden technically, yes, but there is obstruction from the floorboard. So what is the reaction that you're wanting to do?
If a creature is within 5 feet of me that I can see, I can force it to make a dexterity saving throw or take damage.
Is your head above the level of the deck or not?
I imagine I'm just kind of like right below it so that I can peek out if I need to and then pop back down.
So,
But
okay, so what I will rule is that because you rolled badly in your hiding, that means that you thought hiding meant that peeking slightly is considered hiding.
That would fit for her rogue skills. That really would.
So a little bit of something is enough that you can see them. If you had rolled well in hiding, then you would have realized that actual hiding means that you are hidden, and therefore half your head sticking out is not hiding. In this case, yes, I will allow for them. So it's a dexterity saving throw, you say?
Yes, of 16.
16. They rolled, what is that? They rolled a 13, so they failed.
So I'm using my Wrath of the Storm ability, And so he will take 9 points of thunder damage or lightning.
Okay, got it. So that's E, isn't it? That's taken that.
Yes.
Lovely. Back to the nat 20. Oh no, did I already give you the
It was
damage?
7 damage, I believe.
Yes, okay, so that's fine. And then they get another go on you.
Please roll that 20, just again. Please. Just for the shits and giggles.
It is at advantage again. It is not a nat 20, it's an 18. But it is a higher dice because they are using their spear.
And then did you bane?
Is that a total of 18 though?
Oh, so 18 plus hold on. 18 plus 3 is 21, and then the bane.
It might matter, okay.
It might matter, yeah. So let's see.
If it's not a 4, it doesn't matter.
No, it's not a 4. You have an armor class of 18, don't you? Yeah. Altogether, it came to a 19. So, but this does go to show how important this bane is, because it is potentially, especially when you've got someone who is being attacked at advantage. Cool. So, Estrella, you have taken. From that, you have taken. Oh, that's a lot. That's 8. Well, it's not to you apparently, but 8.
Well, it is now. Okay. All right. Cool.
This is you are kind of being swarmed. Callista, you're peering over, and you do kind of send this like fizzle of electricity. E. Lucky for you doesn't take too much notice because there's a great big swirling storm cloud up above, and probably assumes that it's something to do with that.
Right, because I'm so well hidden.
Hang on, I have to make, how many attacks was that? That was 4 successful attacks, yes? Or 3?
No, one of them missed, didn't they?
Yes. Oh crap, hang on, give me 2 seconds. Hang on. I'm so sorry, one of my AirPods died, so I have to re-up that. Flip. Okay, hang on, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. My AirPods are fucking me up.
It's okay.
Fuckity fuck.
Apple.
Someone say something. Okay, there we go. Hello.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, sorry, my bad.
Lovely. Don't worry, we've got you.
Awesome.
You took 2 nat 20 attacks.
And then
one
normal
missed
attack.
Because of the shield.
Okay.
Slash Lulu's bow, but the shield. And one almost missed, but not quite.
Okay.
So you took 3 attacks in all
Great.
of the 4.
I asked for the purposes of my concentration checks.
Oh yes, you do.
You can
need
move
to
on.
make...
I will make those checks.
Lovely. Yes, let's move on, and I'll come back to you for that then. We're gonna do Suri next. Suri is going to bonus action disengage. Is gonna head over here. And is going to use their hand crossbow. So, and they are shooting at. They want to protect the captain, so they're going to shoot at probably like when you did that immense amount of damage, Eva, probably Suri would have clocked the arrows and immediately looked up at you because they're pretty quick on the ball. And they would have said, gotcha, I'll take out the drones, and then just start firing on let's go with B because it's closer. So actually is there one with A has taken a bit more damage, so they might want to try and see if they can take out A. So let's go with that.
Do you think Eva uses her own feathers to fletch her arrows?
100%.
Word.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. 6 points of piercing damage. And we'll go A again because they can see that A is hurt. Quite hurt.
Some bad news in that I rolled a natural 1 on my first save. So the spear is gone.
Oh, the storm sphere's gone.
I rolled a natural on the first save.
It is bad news. Not so bad news for Eva, but it is.
I also.
Hearing is restored to you.
Also, for pure shits and giggles, I rolled the other 2 saves just to see what they would have been, and they were all below 10.
No.
Lovely. Right.
So
well, let's. Sorry, Storm Sphere.
We tried.
Oh, that seems to have. Well, my computer don't like that.
This is what I get for saying that didn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
This is fate coming back to me and being like, you know what? Fuck you. Unstorms your sphere.
Unstorm your sphere. All right. Okay. So Storm Sphere's gone. And the swirling clouds just kind of die down and sort of disintegrate into mist and then nothing. And it's all very well. I'll be honest. Sad. It's a little anticlimactic after the big fuss that it took to kind of whirl itself into that frenzy. But you lose concentration at taking so much damage. Let's see how Suri does with the second attack because they take 2. Not bad. But yes, let's roll that. And they do a further 4 points of damage, which does take out A. So 2 little hand crossbow, thanks to the damage that had already been done to A, 2 little hand crossbow bolts take A out. So let's get rid of A. All right. And that is Suri's go. Now we are on to Cascade's go. Cascade is caught between 2 enemies. I feel like she would probably aim for the speaker just because she can recognize the speaker's a little bit more
beefy,
clever, and is probably the main threat of the 2. So let's go with that. Hits. Does hit. That's good. Well done, Cascade. I thought I had that one up already. Apologies. But I did not. That is a hit. Yeah. They are going to make. Oh, yeah, they get 2. So she gets a good amount of attacks. Actually, she gets 3 attacks. She gets a dagger and 2 rapier attacks because she's a sort of swashbuckling pirate. So that hit for the. Let's go with the rapier. Oh, very good, very good. An extra 13 points of damage. So this speaker is starting to look pretty freaking rough now. They've taken quite a significant amount of damage between you. She is then, because she gets a couple of extra things, she's going to see if she can kind of do a good amount of damage to B as well. And I got too cocky and that was a miss. And oh, that's a hit. That's a hit there, just about. That will be the dagger though. Well, that won't be so good. So against A, she does 6 points of damage. Also with B, she does 6 points of damage. And then she is going to use her bonus action because she also has this ability to disengage and begin to make her way kind of backwards from all of this attention she's receiving. So she's gonna head 5, 10, 15, and as she runs past Suri, you're gonna you'll hear her kind of yell, get below deck now, and she will probably make it about here.
I'm sure Hector will be very happy to comply with that order.
Yeah. Suri, Suri does respect the captain.
I said Hector. Hector will be happy to comply with that order.
Hector would, yes. Speaking of Hector, it is Hector's go. Hector will Hector, luckily for you, does have a little bit of healing magic. So Hector is going to, where is this? There we go. Let's see what we've got to work with here. Is he within? He's gonna step forward 5 foot kind of towards Cascade and cast cure wounds at 2nd level. So that gives a little bit more healing because you can see that she's very hurt. So she has regained, well done, Hector. She has regained a good amount of hit points there. Lovely. And then he's going to begin stepping backwards again towards the stairs, and he's going to go, you all seem to have this in hand. You don't need me, do you, Captain? And begin to make his way. I'm going to put him sort of here on this spot as he's kind of halfway down the stairs, and she's going to turn to look at him with real eyes and go, "Don't you bloody dare!" And he's going to stop in his tracks.
Please fucking tell me, he's looking between, his bloodied captain and, Estrella with, 2 fuckers on her. It's you got this, bye!
And he's gonna kind of... and that is gonna be his useful but very telling as to his character go. And we will head to the top of the round. At the top of the round, you all feel the ship shudder very hard. I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Do I get anything on account of having 2 friends next to me to hold on to?
No, it's not going to be good.
I'm good. 22.
Callista rolled a 20.
Callista rolled an 8.
Yeah, I think Callista probably fell down the ladder to the...
Probably, I would say yes, you probably did. You rolled a 1, Astray? Oh boy. Okay.
Guys, gotta get your sea legs.
And what did you? This is important. What did you roll, Eva? Sorry.
20.
20. You're fine. I was going to say Eva's is very important because Eva was standing on the edge of the crow's nest, just kind of talons cleared in. So I was like, if this goes wrong, this could go really wrong. But no, Eva, you wobble a little, but you manage to maintain your grip through sheer force of these talons. On it, you steady yourself very easily. I'm going to just roll for the others. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, they rolled pretty well. Except Hector, who goes tumbling backwards. So here's the thing. I had it as a sort of stacked thing. If you roll between this and this happens. If you roll between this, that kind of thing.
To be right on the side of the ship.
Unfortunately, Callista, remind me of your roll again.
An 8.
Yeah. So you rolled below 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you will take a bit of damage. You take
Not
damage
surprising.
because you just let go of the ladder and land with a bit of a thump. So that is 5 points of damage for you. And you are prone.
Yep.
Estrella,
Perfect.
you take Stray, you take 9 points of damage. It was 2d6.
This is really
and
funny.
You are prone. Hector, let's see how Hector fares. Oh, Hector's not done too bad. Hector has only taken 3 points of damage.
Oh, but I still
and
wanted
is
Hector
also
to fall down.
Hector is also kind of like now at the bottom of the stairs, having fallen backwards.
Perfect.
He is also landed completely on his arse, so he's prone. All right, if you had rolled sort of a bit higher, it would have just been prone, but no damage. But in terms of this, Estrella, in terms of your one, as the ship shudders, a big wave kind of comes crashing over, and you take a sort of bludgeoning damage from the force of the wave. All right, top of the round, Onyx, let's go.
I'm gonna cast Thunderous Smite. I'm gonna run to here. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this motherfucker.
Amazing. Yes, this is this is a good and this motherfucker, as you put it, is looking pretty beaten up. I think a good hit could do it.
Well, I hope so, because I rolled garbage on one of
otherwise
those.
this is going to be some.
Oh wait, but I get advantage because of the thingy-majobber. So
yeah, you do. You get advantage.
So the first one was a 23.
Yep, that hits.
I guess I'll do the damage for that first, and then we'll see what else.
Yeah,
happens.
let's do that and see what's left.
I'm rolling 4d6 plus 1d4 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 17. No, wait.
17.
Wait. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21.
It's enough. How do you want to do this?
Oh
no, I just
like
took that from somewhere that I shouldn't have done. How do you want this character to die? Oh, it sounds good. I need to come up with something.
Flavor your kill.
Flavor your kill.
A little salt.
Let's see. I'm wielding a great sword, and I charged up there, so basically I'm just like pull back and just like running forward, and it's just gonna go straight into the torso and upwards, hoisting them almost, and just like fucking bleh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any like flashiness to it. It's just taking care of business.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, the speaker has fallen. Has their chance of any kind of magical or healing, buffing support. So speaker's going in the bin. Sorry, speaker. Goodbye. What do you want to do now? Because you took how much movement did you take to get there?
30.
30. Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you?
I would have had a second attack, but they're dead. So.
All right. Cool. And so you are not able to do anything else with your go because you've had your bonus.
I don't think so. I took the bonus action for the Thunderous Smite. I took the move action of 30 feet, and then I attacked. So.
All right. Lovely. We'll move on to Tilly then. Tilly is obviously immediately going to head over here to engage with B. So let's come on, Tilly, you got this. That is good. That hits. And that is 9 points of damage against B. So, actually, I think they get something else. Just check that. Oh, wait, I'm rolling the wrong dice. That's why that doesn't seem as high as I thought it was going to be. Roll that again. That's better. That's 16 points of damage to be.
Ooh.
They've got a great axe, so it's D12, and I was rolling a D8, and that will be why that was not as high as I thought that was. I was like, wow, silly, that's a bit of a letdown. All right, so B's looking pretty rough. So let's do that. And then let's go with the next person's go.
Big boy,
which
big boy, go away. Please don't come again another day.
Which is...
Oh, by the way, I had Thunder Smite on that, so even though there wasn't a storm, it did make a huge-ass thundercloud noise.
A big-ass noise, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have noticed all of them are just like, as it kind of makes that noise. She's gone, so we're going to do Dion next. Come along, Dion. Prove your worth, Dion. Yep, that's a hit. 8. So 8 points of damage on the first hit for big boy. It's another hit. Less good. 4 points of damage on the second hit. And that's another hit. So 3 quick strikes from Dion there. That's a total of 17 points of damage against big boy.
Nice.
So that's not...
Bane isn't concentration, is it?
Bane is concentration. So yes, make a concentration check for me. Yes, good job. I did forget about that.
Love that little C tag. Lulu, if you are talking, you are muted.
Oh yeah, you're muted, Lulu.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I rolled a natural 18 on the dice for the constant.
Lovely. So, yeah, you're
Saving
fine.
throw.
Maintain concentration on Bane. But good shout. Thank you very much, Astra. Thank you, Jen. Moving on then, after Dion's go, Eva. Another 45 points of damage, Eva? Or
Eva. I only get 3 attacks this time, so Eva, standing above everything, she's going to watch as Onyx goes in and, kills her target. So with that, her Hunter's Mark, she's going to use her bonus action to move her Hunter's Mark over to D. So Hunter's Mark is now on D, and Eva's going to click, 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 click herself around the crow's nest, so that
doing
she's
a little
facing,
tightrope walking on that railing, just
over to the other side, so that she'll be facing Astrea. Concerned about that, but then maybe see a little something moving down in the darkness. So facing the other way, she's going to draw back her bow, and she's going to go after D.
She's really tragic,
you will see, obviously, from where you are, I think that the fact that the spell dispelled, that big whirling ass storm went away, would have alerted you to the fact that something had gone wrong on Astrea's side. And then as you kind of click up over, you will see she's kind of on the floor, barely managing to keep off 2 of these creatures that are kind of just hacking at her and slashing at her. So they're kind of doing a bit of a number on her.
Actually, I would put my Hunter's Mark on whichever one looked healthier.
Oh, whichever one looked healthier. That will be D.
Okay. So
that will be
Hunter's
D. D
Mark
has not taken any damage.
Okay, well, hopefully
we
it's
still
about
had
to.
those 3 attacks. Bring back the 3 attacks.
So yes, I know, right? I'm gonna shoot at D.
Yep, go for it. Roll
and that's a 19 to hit.
Roll damage for me.
Yeah, let me just add 2 things together. So that is going to be 14 points of damage on the first shot.
Very good. Lovely, yeah.
So there goes 1 arrow shooting, hissing through the wind and thunking into D. And then Eva, in quick succession, is going to draw back again and shoot. That That is going to be 22 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Yep. Let's add something. Ooh, that one wasn't so great. That and that is, and then gonna hit it for another 10 points of damage on the second shot.
You've just taken it down to basically almost dead. It's not quite down. D is not quite down, but they have pretty much they're hurting, shall we say. I would also point out, well done, Onyx, for completely destroying that speaker, because they had big plans for Eva. Let me tell you that now. D is not quite dead, looking very hurt. I mean, like, I would say last legs hurt. E is looking pretty okay. A little roughed up, but okay. Big boy is looking, he's looking all right. There is some, he's not like unscathed, but he's not looking terrible. All right, is that everything you wanted to do with your go?
I use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark, and I attack twice. So that is all that Eva does, and she's going to continue to stand up there, cloak billowing in the wind as she do.
All right, Astrea, how are you going to get yourself out of this one, Astrea? You're prone currently.
I am prone. Remind me, because again, I'm still in fucking addition paralysis. Does standing up provoke an attack of opportunity?
No.
Cool. I'm going to stand up. No one needs to have advantage melee attacks against me. No one needs that shit. Or at least I don't need that shit.
They do anyway, because you're bleeding.
Not for long. Oh, fuck. Well, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level, so I get 4 rays.
Lovely.
And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take a look briefly at my Karanos trait. Blah. I'm going to go ahead and take my Karanos Piety to do extra lightning damage. Not on this attack, but probably on a subsequent attack. And I am also going to replace my use my spellbook to replace the fire damage with lightning damage because aesthetic.
You say that last bit again.
I'm gonna use my Awaken Spellbook feature to replace my damage type from fire to lightning because aesthetic. Because I'm an aesthetic bitch. All right.
Got it. Okay.
So, stand
Lovely.
up, Scorching Ray at 3rd level. Basically, Astrea holds up her hand, the ring on her finger glowing a little bit. A globule of fire springs to life in her hand, and then her eyes spark with that lightning energy again, and it morphs into a ball of lightning. And then we're going to start by hurling one at our good friend D.
Is it a ranged spell attack?
It is a ranged spell attack. Is that not possible or just disadvantage?
I believe it is at disadvantage because it's ranged in point blank range is at disadvantage.
Sounds good.
So you can, but it is at disadvantage.
Totally fine. Does I believe a 15 hits?
Yes, a 15 would hit.
Awesome. He takes 10 lightning damage.
Who's that? D?
Yep.
D?
Ouchie boy.
D, not big boy or big boy, did you say?
Ouchie boy. D.
Ouchie boy. Yes, D is, oh, sorry, big boy. I just moved you a little bit there. D is killed.
D for dead.
On
Awesome.
impact.
Awesome.
So let me just remove D from play.
Fantastic.
And you still have E,
3 more.
big boy, and B left.
Yes, and I have 3 more rays. I'm going to make a calculated move. Will you allow me to move in between rays, or would you prefer that I stay where I am?
You can you do all of your rays at once?
It's just an action. I'm gonna let you rule that. Like, it's very up to interpretation.
I have always I've always thought of it as it's an action to summon, and you can on the same turn cast one, but I think it's an action for like it's an action per ray, if that makes sense.
It's an action
I'm
for
gonna
all
just
of the rays. But like, I'll let you to determine like if I can move in between them. That's up to you.
Well, let me have a little look. 1 second.
Sorry for the hold up, friends.
Yeah, because is it like Eldritch Blast then, where it lets you do all of the rays in one go?
It just says make a ranged spell attack for each ray. It doesn't specify like whether or not you can move in between them.
Well, you would be able to. Yeah, I would let you move in between them.
Okay.
I just want. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So yeah, you can move in between rays. That's fine.
All right, I'm gonna regret this. Let's go ahead and scoot away. He can make his attack of opportunity if he wants to.
They are going to make their attack of opportunity, obviously, and it's going to be at advantage because you are bleeding.
My AC is no longer 18 because it is my turn again.
Because it is your turn again. Well, they rolled an 18, but this is where the Bane is going to come in.
It won't make a difference. My AC is 13.
You're right. Well, I rolled a 1 on the dice anyway. Yes, they managed to get a hit on you. Then it is going to be with.
I'm trusting my team to take care of the last couple.
7 points of damage.
All right, cool. Besides,
just
big
don't
boy is
die
busy with Dion. All right, I will do my fucking best. This is not how I want to go out. Anyway, attack.
How are you looking, by the way?
Oh, on a scale of 1 to 57, about a 17.
Okay.
It's a very precise scale.
Yeah, right.
Got it. Love that scale of 1 to 57. Okay,
I'm
got it.
with 29 hits.
Why does the mage have more hit points than me? This is ridiculous.
Because I rolled well.
Yeah. That's I know. That was part of the reason.
I'm gonna have to pray to Nilia
because I was like, this can't be right, but it is. Okay. Yes, Estrella, you where are you moving to? Just there where you've put yourself?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah, a 29 would hit.
All right, I hit E for 10.
E for 10 points of damage on E.
I'm actually going to use my Karanos Piety to add on an extra 5, so 15.
Okay. Yeah, that puts them down to last legs, but not down yet.
All right, I've got 2 more rays. Does a 13 hit?
13. 13 does. Yes, just about.
All right. He will take 7 more.
E is dead.
Awesome. And then I will turn to Big Boy with my last ray, give him the most shit-eating smile. Like, we're talking, like, bloody, just like... And we are going to roll a 23 to hit.
Yes, 23 hits. Yeah.
And he
got
will
a bit
take...
more armor on it, this one. So, but it does hit 23, yeah.
Awesome. And he will take 10 damage.
10? All
Not
right.
a whole lot, but we'll take it, right?
We'll take, every little helps.
Every little bit helps. And Estrella's just gonna sit there just like bleeding from multiple places and just continue and just kind of like lean on the lean on that like smaller mast and attempt to not die.
All right, Estrella, that sounds like your go.
Yep.
You killed a couple there, so that's good.
That is what I call a fully saturated turn.
Yeah, it is now Big Boy's go. And seeing you escape and how heavily you're bleeding.
Wait, no.
And his eyes are dilating. He's kind of looking between you and Dion. He's making a judgment call. He's not very happy that his priestess is dead. And he's very much gone into, if I'm going down, one of yours coming with me mode. So he is heading over towards you. He's going to take an attack of opportunity from Dion. But he is on his way over. So let me just... Dion failed.
Dion, what the
God,
fuck,
fucking-
man?
Dion, what the fuck, Dion? And as he makes his way over and essentially
Stuff
So
it.
I've kind of come to this conclusion that Australia is not, it may be apparent, but I've come to this conclusion that Australia is not very good at looking behind her. We saw it earlier when summoning the storm sphere and then immediately set upon by these two creatures. So she kind of like leans against this mast. She's got out of breath and she looks towards where Callista is. And then this shadow kind of casts over you. And Australia, you slowly turn back, and you all watch in horror as big boys very much set their attention on Australia. As
this happens, Estrella's hand just kind of like slips into her pocket.
And he says, I will destroy you for that. And he is going to make his first attack.
Oh, Estrella believes him.
It's gonna be really interesting because last time I got really cocky with this Sahu again, and then I rolled like a 2 and a 3 to attack. So let's see. Just checking. So it has advantage on you first up.
Yep.
Because oh god.
Uh-oh.
It's a nat 20.
I knew it.
I know what Callista's doing on her
This
next
is
turn.
so fucking funny.
I was gonna say someone's going down.
Boy. Okay, nat 20. Okay. So that hits, I guess.
You guess.
I want it known that Estrella is currently actively, I'm trying so hard not to say it in a terrible way, holding on to her communication device.
Yeah. So this first one, 13 points of damage.
Okay, I'm up.
You're up.
Depending on how many
Lovely.
attacks he has, I might actually survive this without dying.
He has 3.
Okay, I'm dead. Cool. I might be literally dead. That's fine.
They could miss.
so
They could
second attack,
miss.
I rolled a nat 1. I rolled a nat 1.
With advantage?
Well, that's good.
With advantage?
So let's see. With advantage.
Thanks. You rolled 2 nat ones?
No. It's the second
Oh.
attack. I rolled a nat 1, but I've got advantage. So let me just do some maths. What's your AC?
13.
It's
It's
a
okay.
14.
It's
And
okay.
he
But
is
you
Bane.
you do have a
no.
reaction.
There's Bane.
I can't do...
14 with the Bane?
Oh.
With the Bane. The Bane!
If it's
The
2 or
Bane!
higher, if it's a 1, then it still hits. If it's 2 or higher, is it a 1?
Callista, your Bane has just saved Jen.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay. Misses. But we've got one more attack now. So let's see. He stabs you with his trident, and you take an immense amount of damage and you begin to bleed. And he is just he's just inundated with rage. You can see the way that his eyes are just white, like those pupils basically are his entire eyes now. He says, I can smell your fear. None of you can understand what he's saying apart from Estrella, by the way.
Thanks for the help.
Which makes it even scarier. And then he, having like stuck you with his trident, because he's got you can't, I just realized, because you can't see these tokens very well, you can't see, he's got 4 arms.
Oh,
by the way.
fun.
This is
Jeez.
why he's able to make so many attacks.
Yeah.
Because you can't see the tokens. I thought you could see the tokens. So I was like, and then I just remembered you can't. So everyone, for those of you that see, he's got 4 arms. So he's got 1 arm has got this spear in you, and the 2 others go to kind of like stick into your head. And they get to this point and they are unable to penetrate through some force, and he kind of scrabbles with his claws, and then he pulls his trident out in rage, and somehow Estrella, Well, no, not somehow. Thanks to Callista's Bane, Estrella, you have lived to see another turn somehow. So
Wait, was that all of his attacks?
but you are literally down to like a few hit points at this
Wait,
point.
was that
right?
all of his attacks? I thought that was only 2. Thank God.
That was 3 attacks.
He
I rolled the last one, and I rolled another natural 1 and a 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn.
So he really failed there. I guess that's to make up for all the nat 20s I got against you, probably.
Mood.
Cool.
Amazing.
Mood. Right, we move on then. Big Boy has had his go. It is Callista's go now. You are at the bottom of the ladder, on your ass. What would you like to do?
Oh, so she is going to pick herself up, dust herself off, crawl up the ladder, and just kind of, I think she has just enough movement to crawl up the ladder and just kind of crawl herself over to where Estrella is and cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds.
He does have enough movement to do that, absolutely.
And I already rolled it. I rolled a 19 plus 5, so 24 points of healing.
Greatly appreciated. Oh, heal, not damage. Okay, we're good.
Lovely. All right.
Yep, finally got some good dice rolls.
Thank you, Callista.
Is that the rest of your go?
And that is, I think, about all she can do because she can't really do anything with her bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay. We're down to just a couple of enemies now. I want to see a kill landed on the big boy. I think for the sake of expediency, what I'm going to do is, let's see, what have we got? So, we have the crews go. No one commanded them to do anything. So I think I'm just going to continue with what they're currently at, right? Which is advantage on melee attacks. B is going to get a go. B is going to attempt to hit Tilly and fail spectacularly. Then Suri, I think I'm gonna make the call that probably between Suri and Cascade they can probably finish and yeah, they can probably finish B off. B is not doing all that well.
I can't wait to fuck up Big Boy's day. Bitch, you thought.
Yeah, B is gonna be killed.
B
is dead. We'll put kind of Cascade there to say that Cascade was in the battle against them. And Hector will probably is a little bit out of range to do anything for you, Estrella, so it's probably just going to heal up Cascade a little bit more.
I think it's better if I am actively bleeding when I kill this fucker.
Oh, well, actually, if I'm being perfectly honest, Hector probably would have just stayed on their ass and, held onto their lung and, I'm injured. Let's face it. So Hector, not useful. We are back to Onyx. Onyx, you are muted currently.
I'm too far away to do anything to Big Boy, even if I run, so I'm gonna head over to...
What I will allow, actually, seeing as we're at the top of the round, do we want to do like a description of, because I'm pretty sure that it's pretty obvious at this point Big Boy is going down. Do we want to do like an all-out attack where we all like do like a combo, everyone attacks together?
That sounds amazing.
And kind of says what they're
I was gonna do potentially something else with Eva.
Okay. In that case,
but only if I would only do it if is there rope up where I am?
Yeah,
there's rope everywhere.
Rope up on the crow's nest.
Okay, so if there's rope up there, then I have something else that Eva will attempt to do on her turn.
Because there's even if I ran at full speed, there's no way I'm approaching him. So I was just gonna go heal Cascade.
I've got 5d8 with his name on it.
Yeah.
All
So I
right.
think
In which case, we'll continue, but I will skip the NPCs goes, just so that it's an epic from you guys. So Onyx, you're gonna go and heal Cascade then.
Yeah, let me just double check because I
Most likely,
think
Cascade has had a lot of healing, so most likely you would end up bringing Cascade to full.
yeah, I think with I have lay on hands, right? Yeah, I can give up to 35 lay on hands without even rolling. So
yeah.
how much did she need?
Take 10 of those 35.
Okay.
And then Tilly will probably see that Big Boy is pretty well engaged, kind of calm down, but start to make their way down the boat in case they're needed towards you to finish off Big Boy.
It's fucking useful.
Dion, Dion can attack Big Boy.
Because I don't know if 5d8's gonna be enough, so it'd be great if you could.
I feel like 5d8 probably would be enough, but okay.
Cool.
Let's attempt.
Depending on how you roll.
Yeah.
Bad Dion. Okay, that's better.
Fucking...
Yeah, that's good. So that's another 10 points off of the Baron. He's looking pretty rough, to be honest. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then one more attack. Dion. Yes, that would hit just about. That's less good. All right, but the Baron is looking pretty killable at this point. Let's just say that.
Great.
And Eva, what is it that you wanted to do?
Yep, so Eva looking down, seeing that Estrella's been healed, that situation looks like she's going to give the kill to Estrella. Eva's going to look out to the water towards the raft with the person on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How far out is that right now?
It's a fair distance. It's not too far away. I'd say that the boat has been kind of lightly drifting in that direction. So how far away would you, I guess, without kind of celebrating going, how far away were you thinking it to be, or how far away would you need it to be to do your thing?
I would need it to be within my arrow range, which is a lot.
It is in your arrow range, 100%.
Okay.
I know your arrow range. It is definitely within that.
Okay, so Eva looking down, she's going to notice the rope kind of piled on the crow's nest. She's going to make an attempt to tie it tightly on the end of an arrow.
Yeah.
And she's going to
Yeah,
shoot towards
Some motherfucking epic shit.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
going to
okay,
shoot towards the raft.
I want you to roll an attack roll just so I can really figure out where this embeds itself into. Hopefully not the person, but it's fine. I know you're going to be aiming for a good strong point for it to embed itself so that it can start to be pulled towards the boat, right? Perfect.
Yep.
So go for it.
21.
Yeah, that's perfect. It embeds itself right in between the way that the boards are kind of slatted. It embeds itself right between two boards and really, like, almost like a harpoon, gets itself in there. And I'm guessing you're beginning to put it in.
Well, she's not going to pull it in. So she's going to tie one end to the crow's nest. And then what I want her to do is kind of like grab onto the rope and like step off of the crow's nest. And then if she can, her weight pulling the rope down as she goes down to the deck is going to bring... Yeah.
Fucking epic.
So kind of like looping
so
through
she's
the
gonna
railing.
grab her bow, she's gonna drop, but there's not gonna be enough to like have her go to the raft, but I want her weight to, like, she's gonna go down to the deck, and as she's going down it's gonna pull the rope.
She's doing a pulley. She's doing a pulley.
Yeah. Okay.
God,
Okay. Absolutely. You can absolutely get that done.
Do I need like a dex for this? Like, I don't know if you want anything else.
Well, let's go with a general dexterity saving throw and just see like if you land it in the way that you want it to be. No, not a saving throw, sorry, a dexterity check. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Oh, not saving?
Not saving throw.
Just dex check. Oh, okay. My first one was way better. Fuck. My save was better. 7.
What was the save?
17.
I'll allow it because I can.
Okay.
All right, so you like a badass. You just and you use that save to like just narrowly avoid like kind of plonking into the water and then gaining speed, and you just about manage to line it up so that the way that it kind of is pulled in as you are pulling it down, you land your feet straight onto the raft, and then you can kind of quickly pull the. Are you keeping the arrow in?
Yeah, I'll keep the arrow in.
Okay, so for now, your bow is attached to the rope because the arrow is kind of embedded in. Unless you took that out, you wouldn't be able to unhook your bow. But cool, you are on the raft. Anything else that you need to do? I feel like that would basically take an action. But
yeah, I'm fine with that being all of my movement action. But so in going down, I will have wanted to bring the raft closer to the boat.
Yes,
and then
I would say
down.
that it is now bobbing at a really good distance from the boat. It's probably at this point, because of the speed and everything like that, I would say it's probably a good sort of like maybe like 10 feet out from the boat. It's very close, very manageable. All right, so you've done that. Australia.
Hello. I'm going to, just for a second, I'm going to let our big boy friend think he's won, and it will not be hard because I am in pain. I am going to take a step back. I know he's going to take an attack of opportunity. That's fine. He can. I just don't want the disadvantage on the attack roll. So if he wants to, he can take the attack of opportunity, but then I'm going to blast him in the face with a third level chromatic orb.
Woo! Lovely.
Does he want to take the attack of opportunity?
Well, yeah, he probably would.
Just in case he fucking crits and rolls max damage or some shit,
I roll a nat 1. I roll a nat 1, so...
With advantage? Damn.
He's looking pretty beaten up at this point, so...
Alright, so let's see if I can hit him with a face full of chromatic orb lightning damage. I assume a 25 hits?
25 does hit, yes.
Amazing. Gorgeous.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna kind of like, I'm gonna back up. I'm going to look properly scared because let's be real, I kind of am. And then I'm going to kind of like look down, like my fingers are gonna close around this orb, this small little orb in my pocket. I'm gonna give it a little squeeze just for good luck. And then my hand is going to come back out of my pocket. The ring once again glowing with this and sparking with this Durkle lightning. And just the corner of her lips just twitch up just a little bit. As again her eyes spark with this lightning energy, and she just hurls this chromatic orb at this fucker and lands a nice solid hit for 23 damage.
Okay, 23. Yeah. Describe exactly how you want this thing to die.
I think it's going to... I think she's kind of like going to look at this big motherfucker and aim directly at the point where he is grasping his trident. And watch as the electricity spreads through the trident. Without going into too much detail, I fry him. And I'm going to kind of like walk up again as those little sparks are still settling. And I'm going to look him in the eye and I'm going to say, I think that smell, not me. And I would like to please take his trident out of his hand as he falls.
Yeah. All right, and with that, Big Boy has met his demise. Eva,
Woo-hoo!
as you land on this thing, and everyone kind of comes together. Hector scurries back up onto deck, and he's like, "Oh, sorry about that, everyone. twisted my foot terribly falling down. Is everyone okay? Does anyone need any of Thassa's guidance? And everyone's just kind of ignoring him basically at this point. Like Cascade's like, oh, yes, no, Hector, it's okay. We got this, thank you. As Onyx kind of heals her up and she's feeling a lot better. You kind of look around. Suri kind of peers out from her little hiding spot behind the rowboat, sniffs and tries to look a bit nonplussed, but those are the more insightful of you that are looking at her would definitely notice a twinge of fear at the going on. I think that Callista, you would probably notice as you're kind of coming out, your eye would be drawn to her looking a little bit like that. She'd catch your eye and she'd go, like,
Yeah, Callista will just give her a thumbs up back.
yeah, but you would have noticed just before that real look of uncertainty, and then just like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And Hector's kind of fussing and speaking his usual bullshit. Dion's looking around and he's not saying anything useful, normal for Dion. He's looking around and he's just checking on everyone, making sure they're okay. And I think mainly he would probably be watching what Eva is doing, and he would kind of head towards the side of the boat. Eva, you on this plank, make it, and you kind of keep the arrow embedded, and you've pulled it in, and you have a look at this figure that is kind of like strapped down. There's a lot of bruising. You can see that a lot of the everything up close now, and the gulls are still kind of circling. Surprisingly, less of them now. Probably a little frightened off by the storm, but you can see them in the distance. They're making their way back now that the storm is gone. But there are a few brave ones that are still kind of circling, and as you kind of look at this figure, he's unconscious. He kind of coughs slightly, and look, his eyes just suddenly open wide, and he begins to struggle against his bonds, and then he looks at you with a real, like, genuine curiosity, but also fear. And he says something in a language that you do not understand.
Hate that.
Wait, is he on deck?
I hate that.
No, he's on this plank, so only Eva is interacting with him currently.
So I can notice, like, I'm noticing it's looking at me, and I'm noticing kind of these emotions.
He looks curious. He's actually, what he's looking at curiously, because you're very insightful and perceptive, is not you necessarily. Actually, what he's really curious about is your feathers. Like, it's almost as if he's never seen feathers before. He's really looking at them quite curiously. But he looks startled, and he looks frightened. And he says something very hurriedly, very with real intent behind it, in the language you do not understand.
Eva will kind of like bird cock her head to the side, confused that she doesn't know what he's saying, but then she's just going to offer, a casual smile and a little wave, and then she's going to go back to ignoring the bird. She's going to try and loop her arm around the unconscious person, and start like tugging on the rope.
No, I need to make this clear. The unconscious person is the person that's woken up. And
I thought it was the seagull.
Not the bird. The bird's circling. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I thought it was the seagull.
Circling. The unconscious person has coughed, woken up, is looking at you curiously and looking at your feathers curiously.
Yeah.
And then is saying something in a language you don't understand.
Okay. Eva will kind of smile gently, like crouch herself down, and hand him the other. She's going to unhook her bow, so her action will be unhooking her bow, taking the rope out, handing him the other end of the rope, and then pointing up towards the ship.
He will roll a persuasion check first of all, to see if you can persuade him that you're slightly friendly.
Ooh, not that great. Let's I'm gonna use my Kenku recall to give advantage to that.
Okay.
Yep, definitely gonna need my advantage on that. There we go. So it's a 16.
Okay. 16. Yeah. He still unsure. Takes the end of the rope, but he's looking at you, and he does, because he's curious, he briefly runs his, and they are webbed, a little bit like Callista's, but stronger. Like Callista's just got this kind of little bit of webbing between her fingers. There's real webbing between it, and he briefly brushes that against your feather, and darts back and looks at it, and then takes the rope. He as he was speaking before, it came out very raspy, very hoarse, and he attempts to speak again, coughs a couple of times, and then closes his eyes and really puts effort into what you think is going to be trying to talk. But what comes out is this beautiful song. It is just this gorgeous, like, melody. It's very short, just a few notes, with a very intentional timbre, very intentional tone. And as he does so, the webs and sort of you can see kind of like small veins running, they glow a little. The water around him ripples like sound waves outwards as far as the eye can see. They kind of ripple out, only slight disturbance in the water, but it is coming from him and the voice that he has just projected. And the real force of doing this, and obviously whatever he just did was something magical, sort of takes it out of him, and he finishes these few notes and he slumps forwards it towards you, and we will end it there, because we have run a little bit over, and we will get to meet this mysterious creature, bring him on deck, find out what it's all about, and yeah, thank you so much for sticking with us, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. I am still going to go around and do sort of player intros and player talks, but if we can try to keep it as brief as possible, and we will be raiding and everything like that. But yeah, wow, thanks everyone. That was so fun to get some combat going. Let's go backwards this time. Let's start with Lulu.
Oh, hi, I'm Lulu. I've been playing Callista, the cleric, I think it's kind of on brand that the only damage she took during this fight was from falling off a ladder and landing on her ass. That was but you can find me on Twitter at LuluNWA.
Lovely. Lindsay next.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lindsay. I'm playing Eva, the Kenku Ranger. You can find me at Chunky Chickadee, but with the last E being a 1, on Twitter and sort of everywhere else. I'm going to make it super quick and say you're all awesome and I love you all. Woo!
Cool. Skipping over Kubi. Joan.
Hi, I'm Joan. I play Onyx. I had a lot of fun beating people up this time.
Cool. And last but not least, Astrea.
Hello, my
Or
dears.
Jen, I should say.
What's the difference at this point? Hi, I'm Jen. I have been playing your friendly local half-elven wizard, Astrea, who has taken quite a lot of damage in this fight after making the mistake of saying, that didn't hurt too bad, and then it immediately started to hurt a whole lot more. That was really funny. But, you know, the dice gods, you know.
3 nat 20s.
It was really fucking funny. Like,
I did get, to be fair, it did balance. I did get 3 nat 1s against you as well.
You can't make this shit up, and if that is how I had died, I would have laughed about it forever. Like, I wouldn't even have been mad.
We would have brought you back.
Yeah. I mean, it would have made for a very dramatic, little glorb scene.
Eurydice arc.
Exactly. Yeah, I can be found on Twitter at Jenburb, and that is me.
All right. I'm Kat. That leaves me. So I'm Kat. I'm also known as Law Mistress or Law Mistress 93. You can find my links in the chat right now. Currently, this is all I'm doing AP wise, but I will soon be starting a game of Call of Cthulhu, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to be playing an utter brat on that, so that'll be fun. This is not the system to lean into the chaos, but I apparently am. I also write, I also edit. You can find me at lawmistress93, like I said, on Twitter. And yeah, hit me up. Let's chat about different things. I'm hoping that soon I'm going to be able to start I've already run something on my own channel, but like start really getting things going on my channel. So I'm very excited about that. And you'll be seeing a lot more of me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/the Law Mistress. So that's the only one that's not Law Mistress 93, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. Also, in terms of Girls Run These Worlds, we got some amazing stuff going on at the moment. Alien. I don't know if anyone was there, so I think some of you were there to watch Alien when it went live on Friday. Oh my goodness, I can't, like, it was just so good, so good. It's a top-notch cast, and an amazing game mother, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Everything that I've watched, and they did their premiere episode, so you haven't seen it, you're only one episode behind. And you can go and find it on our VODs right now. Jen, what else? I'm drawing a blank because for some reason my mind has just gone very blank. What else is running this week? We got anything else running this week?
Well, we've got Masks coming up on Tuesday. I'm actually in that one, which is, I'm a little biased there. As far as programming, I know we have more. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but we are over time, so I do want to make sure we respect that.
Check out Darcy's comments in the chat. Wish we weren't here. That's on Mondays. Lancer on Wednesday. Oh God, Darcy's gonna kill me for forgetting Lancer on Wednesdays, and Masks, as Jan has just pointed out. We will be raiding into Dimples and Dice, I believe. Am I correct in thinking that, Jen? I believe that's what you said, Dimples and Dice. In Alien, to be fair, when in Alien, when Darcy was talking about what they did, they forgot about Lancer as well. They were like, I'm not doing anything else, and then everyone was like, Lancer. Okay, so we will be raiding into Dimples and Dice. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We hope you enjoyed this combat heavy session. Looking forward to finding out some answers to all the questions next week, which will be our final episode of season 2, part 1. We will be taking a mid-season finale break, and next week is our mid-season finale. So look forward to that. Cool. See you later. Bye.